In this segment, I will create an object using animation as a modeling tool. The first thing I'll build is this revolved object by spinning a profile about an axis. Next, I'll take this object and animate it along a path. So this object will now fly along this wire. You can see it here when I scrub through the timeline. Next, I'll alter the way this object is shaped by changing a parameter of that object. Say the revolution angle, I'll change down to 45 degrees. So rather than rebuild this object from scratch, I can just change some of the parameters that control its shape. Next, I'll change that parameter at 5 seconds in time just by dragging one of its controls over. So I'm going to set the revolution angle back up to roughly 180. Now formz will interpolate between those two settings as that object animates through time. Not only can you animate entire objects, you can also animate pieces of objects like a point, a segment, or a face. So I'll select the segment here. I'll keyframe it. I'll grab that segment and pull that outward, and I'm at time 0 here in my timeline. Let me drag forward to 5 seconds, and I'll take that segment and drag it inwards. I'll go back to 10 seconds, drag that segment back outwards. So now as I scrub through the timeline, you can see how that segment moves from out to in and then back out again. Next, I'll animate this object along a path as well. So now we'll have both these animating along the same line. So we've created kind of a, we're going to create kind of a nested animation here. Now if I wanted to make a freeze frame of these objects as they animate through space, I can do so. I'll use my extract animation tool. I'll use an interval, say half a second, and I'll just click on this object. You can see every half of a second it makes a new object from that. So I'll do it with both those segments. So that's how we created this sculpture. Last, I'll render that with a sketch render. This is kind of simulating a hand rendered effect. In this particular case, it looks like a colored pencil rendering.